Well, I'm so excited because I know your children are a big part of your testimony and actually what led you to Jesus, just wanting to keep your family safe and realizing that he was the only way to do that. So, just to start, would you mind telling us just a little bit about yourself and your family and your spiritual background?
Yeah, so I'm married and I have two boys. So a 5-year-old and a 20-month-old. Um, I was raised in a Greek Orthodox family. So I was raised going to the Greek Orthodox church, but then I also went to a Catholic private school for primary school. And then in high school, I was in a Lutheran school. So I always had a basis, I guess, of religion and Jesus and understanding. However, when my parents were divorced, I was about 10 years old. My father went completely new age, hippie, grew out his hair. I remember him taking my 5-year-old sister at the time to see a healing lady who now I think she was a witch. She had the long black hair and yeah. Um, he was my father was doing healings himself, and so I was very open to new age beliefs at a very young age. Um, yeah, and around 2020, so basically through COVID, that was when I had my huge awakening. And I went down the rabbit hole with conspiracy theories, and that led me to New Age.
Okay.
And at that time, something in me just felt like I should do a Reiki course. Actually, this psychic happened to message me on Facebook, and she said, I have a feeling that you're going to do Reiki. And I took that as a sign, and I thought, wow, this has been on my mind. I've been wondering whether I should do Reiki. And when she messaged me, I was like, yep, that's my sign. I'm going to book it in. And before you knew it, I was
Yeah.
practicing Reiki.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
What were you
Um,
like looking for at that time? Because I remember when I got into the new age and my yoga teacher training, I was looking for healing. I knew I was so broken. I knew my past was so rocky. And that's what led me into seeking spirituality in that faulty kind of way. So, what were you seeking when you ended up doing that?
for me, I've always felt that I always thought I was intuitive. There were moments in my life leading up where I knew things, or um, I suffered from anxiety, and I was always very sensitive to other people's energy. Like I could read people's energy. If my husband came home and his energy was off, that would affect me. If my children, their energy felt off,
Mm,
I would have to withdraw and go into my room. And a lot of those new age practices were helpful at the time. They were helpful, the cord cutting, clearing your energy, meditation, all those things I was practicing to help me because I just felt so sensitive to everything around me.
yeah.
Um, so that's what drew me to the new age because it just felt like a natural progression to what I was already experiencing. However, it's interesting that I was never really drawn to psychics as such, and I was never really drawn to astrology. That never interested me. It was always just the energy healing that was a big focus for me. So because I'd always be so sensitive to energy, I could feel if there was darkness around in my home, and so I was stuck in this cycle of, okay, something's off, something doesn't feel right. I knew all the signs in my body, and I would instantly message my energy healer, the one who taught me. I would message her and I'd write, I need healing, and she'll do a distant healing, and things would be good for a few weeks. But then, yeah, it was just this repetitive cycle where nothing was actually ever getting better.
Ah,
It was
that's
just
important.
temporary.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's important to note on, and I also so
Mm.
it's interesting because it's like what led you was, like, knowing that you had this, like, gifting. So God
Yeah.
had given you the gift of empathy, and even
And
deeper than that.
discernment. Yeah.
Yes, yes,
Mm.
and Satan wanted to hijack that and use it
Yes.
instead for his
Yeah.
kingdom, so yeah, and then also, you're talking about, like, your awareness of, like you said, the discernment, the discerning of spirits, and
Yeah.
how you would have this energy cleanser do cleanings on your home.
Yeah.
Was this charged? Like, would she ask you, like, did you have to pay for this every time she did it?
Oh, yeah. I spend a lot of money.
Isn't that interesting? Because, like, when you go
Yeah.
to healers or psychics
Yeah.
or all these people, it's like it's always like a charged
Yeah.
service, whereas
Oh, yeah.
having someone in the church pray for you,
Right. Yeah.
that's free, like,
Yeah.
contacting God, that's free.
Exactly. And they do it, yeah, they do it out of the goodness of their heart. You tell them you have any issue, first thing, let's pray. Let's pray, There's no hesitation.
Yeah,
Yeah.
imagine if they were like, "First you need to Venmo me, and then we can pray."